Hello yogis, I'm Mara Cimatoribus, and today I'm going to guide you through Sun Salutation A and the classical version of Sun Salutation. I'm going to offer you different variation and different modification flowing through it, so take whatever feels best for you and for your body. Starting your practice with a few rounds of Sun Salutations is actually one of the best way, because you strengthen and you open and you stretch all parts of your body, and you start to create that energy and that warmth throughout your whole body. For today, I suggest you grab a strap. I have this that is from Infinity Strap, but if you have a normal strap is also really good, or even anything that you can wrap around your elbows. So hop on your mat and let's flow together. We're going to start at the top of the mat in mountain pose, Tadasana. Your feet can be hip distance, or you can bring the big toes together and the heels slightly apart. Palms are facing forward. We're rooting down through the four corners of our feet. The tailbone is tucked under, the chest is open, and the shoulders are softening down, reaching tall through the crown of the head. Take just a big deep breath here. And with your next inhale, we're going to reach the arms wide and up towards the ceiling. And exhale, forward fold, leading with your heart. Neck is relaxed. Take a bend in the knees here, especially if you're tight in your hamstrings or in your lower back. Bring the torso closer to your thighs. Relax your neck. Release the hands down towards the ground. Inhale, we're going to come halfway up. The hands can come onto your shins or even onto your thighs, as long as we can find a long spine instead of arching the back. See if you can find space and reach through the crown of the head. Exhale to release down. Planting the hands onto the mat, stepping back into your plank. Make sure your wrists are directly under the shoulders. You're spreading wide through the fingertips. The tailbone is tucked under, but you're engaging through the core. Exhale, we're going to lower the knees onto the mat. And for the first option, we're going to take support to Chaturanga. So from here, we're going to bend the elbows, wrap the tricep in into your body, and exhale to lower your body in one straight line all the way down onto your mat. Inhale, we're going to find a baby cobra. So no weight is on your hands, so see if you can lift them up. Engage through the legs. Exhale, we're going to press away through the mat. Push the sitting bones towards your heels, tap the toes, and all the way up into your first downward facing dog. Here, you're reaching energetically down through the heels. It doesn't matter if they touch the mat. You're drawing the navel up towards the spine. You're wrapping the triceps away from the ears, creating more space into your neck. Pressing through all the 5 knuckles of your hands. Pressing through all 10 fingers. Reaching the sitting bones up high. Here, especially being your first downward dog, where the hamstrings are still a bit tight, you might find yourself a little bit more forward if you're keeping the legs straight. So bend the knees, keep a slight bend in the knees, and push the torso towards the thighs so you can find more length. So instead of being in almost a plank, we're really pushing into the shape, into the V shape that is downward dog. Again, it doesn't matter if your heels are touching the mat or not. Keep that length in the spine, in the back. Keep reaching the sitting bones up towards the ceiling. Last breath here. We're going to inhale, bend the knees even deeper. Look towards the hands to step 1 foot forward, then the other, And then taking all the remaining step to come on towards the top of the mat. Releasing the neck down. Keep a bend in the knee. Inhale, coming halfway up, finding a flat back. And exhale to release. Inhale, reaching the arms wide and all the way up towards the ceiling. And exhale, bringing the hands at heart center. Inhale, reaching the arms up. Exhale, leading with your heart, keeping the hips over the heels, lower all the way down, forward fold. Inhale, coming halfway up. Exhale, planting the hands, stepping back into plank. This time, you can take the same version that we took for the first Sun Salutation. So lowering the knees onto the ground and the body in one straight line all the way onto the mat. Otherwise, here we can take Chaturanga. So we're in plank, we're actively pushing through the heels and away from the mat, reaching through the crown of the head, engaging the core. To lower down into Chaturanga, we're going to inhale to reach forward and exhale to bend the elbow, keeping the elbows tucked into your body, lower down, and then push up, coming on top of your feet, pressing the chest forward, lifting the sternum up, upward facing dog. The thighs are lifted from the mat, the legs are active and engaged. And exhale to roll over your toes and push back into downward facing dog. So you just want to take an extra moment here to really go through the alignment of Chaturanga, because it's something that I personally was doing wrong until like not too long ago. So one of the most common mistakes is to actually lower all the way down, but obviously keeping maybe the hips up and actually putting a lot of pressure on your shoulders and risking an injury and pain in the long run. So here, and that's where the strap comes in handy, we're going to place the strap just above the elbows, just above the crease of the elbow. Obviously try to place, if you have a normal strap, try to wrap it in a way that is your elbows are shoulder distance apart. So coming back into your plank, we need to inhale and reach forward. So when we bend the elbow, we actually have that 90 degrees angle. We're going to lower down. When our body touches the strap, then we know it's time to push all the way up into our back bend, into our upward facing dog. And then exhale to push back into your downward facing dog. Taking a few breaths here. Shoulders away from the ears. Pressing through the hands as much as through the feet, finding that balance between hands and feet. And again, finding those sitting bones reaching up towards the sky and that length into the spine. Last breath here. And exhale out. Inhale to bend the knees, look forward. Here you can step, jump, or float all the way towards the top of the mat. Inhale, halfway up, long spine. Exhale to release into your forward fold. Inhale, reach the arms wide and all the way up towards the ceiling. And exhale, hands coming at heart center. Beautiful. Now we're gonna flow without interruption. Inhale, arms up. Exhale to forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, planting the hands onto the mat, stepping back into your plank. Engage the core. Inhale to reach forward. Exhale, bending the elbows, lower down. Inhale, find your back bend. And exhale to roll over your toes, pushing the sitting bones up high towards the ceiling, coming into your downward facing dog. A few breaths here. One last breath. Inhale to bend the knees, look forward, step, jump or float all the way towards the top of the mat. Inhale, flat back, halfway up. Exhale to forward fold. Inhale, reaching the arms wide and up towards the ceiling. Exhale, hands into prayer at heart center. Now we're going to flow through one time of the classical version of Sun Salutation. We're going to inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, finding a flat back, halfway lift. Exhale to release the neck, keeping a bend into the knee, coming in your Uttanasana. This time the right foot reaches all the way towards the back of the mat. Releasing the back knee down, releasing the foot, tucking the toes, lift it up. And for just a moment, we're going to keep the hands on top of our thigh. And we're going to find the alignment before to lift the hands up towards the ceiling. So the front knee is directly bent over the front ankle. So notice if maybe you're overshooting or you're a bit far away, and try to bring it in line. The toes are facing forward. The hips are square towards the front of the mat. And you're wrapping everything into the midline, so you're not just sinking forward, but everything is engaged. Your right quadricep is active and lifting. And then from here, we're gonna lift the arms all the way up towards the ceiling, softening the shoulders down. Inhale here, and exhale, framing the front foot, tucking the back toes, lifting the back knee up, stepping back into plank. Again, you have the option to flow through your supported Chaturanga by lowering the knees down. Otherwise, we're going to inhale, reach forward, exhale, lower down. Inhale, upward facing dog, push the chest open and forward. And exhale, downward facing dog. A few breaths. Remember to find that external rotation in your upper arm, bringing the shoulders away from the ears. Inhale, we're going to bring that right knee towards your chest, lifting through the left toes. So to create enough space to lower down your right foot onto the mat and wiggle it between your hands. We're going to lower the left knee down and tuck the toes, coming up. Notice your alignment. Are your hips squared? Ease your knee directly over the front ankle. Then lift the arms up. Release the shoulders down. Maybe the gaze reaches up towards the ceiling. And exhale to frame the front foot, lifting the back knee up and step all the way to the front of the mat, coming into your forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale to lower down. Slight bend in the knee, inhale to come all the way up. Hands reach for the ceiling. And exhale, hands at heart center. Beautiful. One more round to finish it. Inhale, arms reach up. Exhale to lower all the way down. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. This time the left foot reaches all the way back towards the back of the mat. We're releasing the toes, lifting up. You can keep the hands onto the thighs if it becomes too uncomfortable for your shoulders. Otherwise, once you adjusted your alignment, we can raise the arms up, the gaze up, releasing the shoulders down, keeping that left quadricep active, engaging the core. Exhale to frame the front foot, stepping back into your plank position. Inhale to energize, reach forward. Exhale to lower your body down. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, roll over your toes, downward facing dog. Few breaths here. Pressing down especially through your thumb and your index is where we tend to create a gap. One more breath here. This time the left knee comes towards the chest, lifting up through the right toes and planting the foot between your hands, lowering the right knee down and tucking the toes, lifting all the way up into your low lunge. Inhale here and exhale to frame the front foot and step all the way to the front of the mat, bringing your feet together or keeping them hip distance apart. Inhale, halfway up, and exhale to lower all the way down. Inhale, arms reach wide, and all the way up towards the sky, and down at heart center. Beautiful. We made it. So these were 3 rounds of Sun Salutation A, and the last was a full round of the classical Surya Namaskara. As I was saying, you can do as many rounds as you feel. Hell, your practice can be just Sun Salutations, and that would be perfectly fine, because as I was saying before, you're stretching your hamstring, you're lengthening your spine, you're strengthening your arms, your shoulders, so it's a full body workout. I hope you enjoyed this, and if you did, subscribe to my channel so you can keep it updated with all the new videos that I will be uploading. Hope to see you again. Bye!